Hey guys, it's Bryson, and this week's topic is talking about girlfriends and boyfriends. And I didn't really know how to run with this because I got the suggestion in my messages on Tumblr. So I'm just going to try and take it and run with it however I feel like it was supposed to be taken. I'm going to talk about the relationship. I'm going to talk about significant parts of it or things that were different about each relationship, and I'm going to talk about how long it lasted and when it happened. And then at the end of that relationship, I'm going to determine whether or not I feel like it was a good relationship or if it was a bad relationship. And if it was bad, I'll give a more in-depth description as to why. So for boyfriends, we're going to start out with Mikey, who was my first relationship. It started at the summer of freshman year and ended before then. It was a 3-month-long relationship or so, around that time. We were more of a best friend couple than a actual romantic couple. We never really did anything a romantic couple does. Like, there was no kissing or holding hands or hugging for that matter. Just kind of we were hanging out, which, being a first relationship, I really didn't know what to do in that aspect, so I just kind of assumed he did. But that relationship didn't last for that long, obviously. He broke up with me before freshman year of high school, and it wasn't a very long relationship, but considering it was my first, I would definitely say it was a good relationship. Even though nothing really happened, and it was just a platonic relationship, basically. Which is always good, too. As for my next relationship, I was with Zack, who was a 3-month-long relationship the sophomore year of high school. He was my first kiss with a boy. Wasn't my first kiss altogether. He definitely liked me more than I liked him, and the only reason why I knew that is because he liked me before we started dating, and that was how we started dating, was because I knew he liked me, and I thought I would give it a shot. So, at one point, I started to question my sexuality. I started to have feelings for girls, which I had feelings for girls before I met him, but I kind of hid them, and he was kind of like a cover-up, I suppose. I ended up breaking off the relationship just because he liked me, but I didn't have the same feelings for him. So, as for this relationship, I totally used this boy, and I totally broke his heart for no reason. And that's not okay. So that's definitely a bad fucking relationship. That's where we're gonna go with that. As for girlfriends, because I only had 2 boyfriends and 3 girlfriends so far, and yes, I'm not that experienced and I'm aware. My first girlfriend was Sam. We dated junior year of high school. It didn't last very long, and I won't disclose how long it lasted because it's not important. She broke up with me in a not so cool way, but I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, so I won't disclose how. We became really, really close friends. And we were friends for a good 2-3 years after that, which is awesome. And so as for the relationship wasn't really anything much, but it did get me an amazing friend and helped me find out who I was, which is 2 very important things. So I would definitely say it was a good relationship, or at least on my part, or on her part, it doesn't really matter. But it was a good relationship all around. So, next relationship was with Lizzie, who I dated junior year of high school. It was an on and off 1-year relationship. She lived about an hour ways away from me, and we didn't see each other for the first time until 8 months into our relationship. I came out as trans with her. I came out as Trevor during that relationship, which she seemed to be okay with, yet she always called me her girlfriend, which definitely hurt. I wasn't really being seen for who I was. After a certain point, I was just there. She was definitely my first love, but was also my first heartbreak. The relationship ended kind of mutually. I wouldn't really say either one of us really broke up with either one of them, but I mean, in a way, yes and no. We both knew that I wasn't the one for her anymore, so I definitely left when need be. She found somebody who really makes her happy, which, you know, I'm very happy for her. She's definitely going far in life and is definitely doing exactly everything she needs to, and has an amazing person as her significant other, which makes me happy. I'm at least happy for her. So, as for the relationship, it didn't end on very good terms, and it wasn't really good during the relationship. On and off relationships are never really all too amazing. Fighting happens a lot, and it's really just not worth it. So I would not say that that was a very good relationship. Alright, and my last relationship with a girl would be with Cassidy. That would be the third one. We dated for around the end of senior years when we started dating. It lasted about 2 years. During our about 2 months into our relationship, I flew down here to see her for the first time, and we took a video which went viral, which a lot of you people know me from. I moved down here about 4 months later, and on our 1-year anniversary, I asked her to marry me, and she said yes. So we were engaged for about a year, but we started getting sick of each other, and we started spending too much time with each other, and we had too much of a routine. Everything was too comfortable. We would go to bed, and we would just go to bed, and our normal routine of good night, love you, and that would be it, and just go to sleep. We would get home from work and just go to bed. We wouldn't hang out, or if one of us wanted to hang out, that person would, but the other one wouldn't. And so all around, at some point, it just needed to end. She found somebody that made her very happy, and that was the main reason why she broke up with me, was to be with somebody else, which she definitely lied about, because I'm not stupid. But I don't really care, honestly. I was upset for a good 2-3 days. But I realized that I didn't love her as much as I thought I did. Especially after talking with the person I'm talking to now. When we talked about being in love and what we thought being in love was like, and I explained to her that I didn't think I was ever really in love with anybody, and she explained to me what being in love was like, and I told her no, I was never in love with anybody. So Cassidy broke it off. And as for it, the rating scale, I wouldn't really say this was a good or bad relationship, and I'll tell you why. I moved down here, I lost a lot of friends, and I dropped out of school to be with somebody who treated me like shit. But I was also introduced to some pretty kick-ass people. I got an amazing job that I really love. And if I wouldn't have done this, then I wouldn't have gotten out on my own, which is a pretty big thing. So, rating-wise, it's about a toss-up. I really don't have a yes or no as to whether or not this was a good relationship or whether it was worth my time, because I honestly don't know. But, yeah. As for sex, because I know a lot of you are going to ask me about that, as to which one of these lovely 5 people I've had sex with and which people I didn't, and how many times have I had sex, and how many people have I had it with. Sex-wise, I've only been with 2 people. I lost my virginity to somebody who was a one-night stand situation. There was no relationship and no attachment. It was just because I was tired of being a virgin at the age of 18. Because a lot of you are a lot more experienced in that aspect. So I had sex with that person just because I wanted it to happen. As for the second person I've had sex with, it would be with Cassidy. And even though everything seemed so wrong, I stayed faithful. I'm not one to stray, even though I did think about it several times. But I feel like if you're going to stray, then you need to just end the relationship, and that was probably what stopped me from straying. Was the fact that I didn't want to end the relationship because I was too comfortable. So those would be my 2 experiences in that aspect. As for now, I'm currently not taken. I'm saying that very lightly, just because I'm technically single, but not looking and not wanting people to look for me, because I'm sitting here currently fighting off dragons to be with a princess. A lot of you on Tumblr know of the fact that I have my eyes set on a girl, and a lot of you know that I really, really like her. A lot of you know that I probably love her, and that there's a lot more to that. I'm not going to name names, because I'm going to just keep it to myself. But I will call her Princess, because that would be the best way to describe her. We started talking on the 21st, which I didn't know at first, but now I know. She is a very beautiful and kind person. Stubborn as hell. And a bit of a smartass. But she's an amazing person, and she's very amazing to me, and she's very caring. And it just makes me very happy. She definitely puts a smile on my face all the time. I mean, even now I have my fucking phone blinking because she's texting me, and I'm trying to make a video. But the thing that makes her so different from everybody else, and it's not like I'm trying to put her up on a pedestal, because yes, at some point I did have deep feelings for all of my exes. There's a reason why we were dating, and at that point I would have been like, oh, he's so different, or she's so different from everyone else. But the thing about it is the fact that they weren't. The one thing that I've noticed that makes her different from everyone is the fact that she cares so much about me, and the only way I know that is for the fact that she's coming here to visit me. All of my other relationships, I tried. I was the one with the effort. I drove an hour to be with Elizabeth. I drove an hour a lot of the time to go and see her. Not once did she come and visit me on purpose. I bought 2 plane tickets to come visit Cassidy. I moved down here, 16-hour drive, which is a lot to do for somebody. And yet they both wandered. I offered to move someone, not naming names again, down here to live with me because of their parental situation, and they ignored me. And I made the effort to see someone who I was interested in that wasn't really in a relationship with, yet got no effort back. So I've always been the one to put out the effort. But as for Princess, she most definitely cares enough about me to be able to come down here and visit me, which is a big fucking deal, okay? Let me tell you how many times I've freaked out so far. I freak out at least once a day. And the only reason why is because she says she's going to be here before the end of September, but there's a 3-week span between then. I'm not knowing when, but my best friend knows. So I have these 3 weeks where I'm freaking out about when is she going to come? Is she going to be showing up when I'm not cute as the fuck like I usually am? Or is she going to show up when I'm at work and I'm just like disgusting? Or is she going to show up when I'm chilling here in bed sleeping? Like, no, I don't know when she's coming, and that drives me crazy. And she knows that it drives me crazy because every day on Skype she'll be like, so, are you nervous? Yeah, motherfucker, I'm fucking nervous. Like, let me tell you right now. Yes, princess, I'm fucking nervous. I always am. But it's not like you don't already know that. So I just really fucking like her. And I really fucking love her. And for those people on Tumblr who already know, yes, I'm really fucking in love with her. And I know that it's a deep and true love because I haven't felt like this before. And when I said that I wasn't in love with Cassidy and I talked with somebody about being in love, I was talking with Princess about it. And she described to me what being in love was like. There was a bit of a moment where part of the words that she said to me about being in love and what it felt like at one point clicked in my head. And I fucking knew from that moment on that I was fucking done. I already knew I was falling in love with her. I knew I was falling for her. I just didn't know I had already fallen. And that I'm continuously falling. But it clicked at some point. So. And this part of the video is fucking 6 minutes long already. I fucking wasted most of my time talking about her. But, that's the fucking topic for this week. If you have any suggestions as to what I should make for a video, if you have any requests on a part of these topics that I covered that you would like more in-depth information about, be sure to let me know. You can send me a message on Tumblr and I will make sure to get back to you. Or you can leave a comment in the comments box below, but the best place to reach me would be on Tumblr just because that's where I'm at almost all the time. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And like I said, any suggestions, visit my Tumblr. I'll leave the link in the bottom box. And as for that, I think that's it. And I'll be here next week. So I'll see you guys.